Yo, yes, people, thank you very much for joining. As usual, leave a like as you're rolling in. I wanted to just kind of gather everyone today because I wanted to just show you exactly what I am seeing at the moment in the charts. Because I think things are going to get pretty crazy pretty soon. So yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Anne Marie, Jordy Guna. Thank you, guys. Basically, just to kind of like put it long story short, right? I don't think this dip is done yet. I just don't think it's over yet. I think we just haven't had that capitulative moment where, you know, we have that very big dip last minute where it just kind of keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, and then we have that huge recovery that we usually see with some big volume coming in, right? We haven't seen that, and you know, literally for that reason and a few other things that I'm going to show you, I just don't think this dip is in. And when you think about it, you know, every time we do have that scary moment just before the big dip does come in, you always kind of say to yourself, right, it's that moment where you don't want to look at your phone anymore, where it just seems like it's never going to stop going down, right? We just haven't had that yet at all. I haven't felt scared at all during this dip. You know, I haven't seen much panic go on during this dip. It's just kind of been ticking along, and I don't think it's over. I just don't. It can't be. You know, there's a few things, especially that I'm seeing, as you could tell by the title, from the total altcoin market cap, where I just don't believe that this dip is actually in, right? And I'm going to show you a few things that just kind of make sense to me. So yeah, man. Thanks for joining, Paul. I'm not too bad, thank you. Had my MRI today in London. And then I came back and got my hair cut. So I got my results for the MRI tomorrow. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. But yeah, it's been a pretty busy day. Check the fresh fade. Yeah, that's it, man. Got to get the is what I needed a haircut, man. As you could probably tell, I was wearing, every time I'm wearing my hat, so basically every time I do a video, if I'm wearing my hat, it basically means I need a haircut. It's as simple as that. Show me the side fade. What do you want to see? What are you trying to see? Huh? Trying to see, mate. Oh man, Nathan, I'm not scared, just side of feed the lag is 100%. Anyway, enough of the fade, yeah? Enough of the fade. I know it looks good, but enough of the fade. Let's get straight into it because again, yeah, I kind of want to just prep you guys for what I personally believe may be happening very soon, right? So let's jump into Bitcoin. Well, not Bitcoin. This is the total altcoin market cap, right? Now, obviously, over the past few days, the thing that we were looking for is an ABC correction coming out of the total altcoin market cap, right? And although we do have a mini one right here, being your A, B, C, basically the rules would be that the C leg would just have to go below wave A, and it has done that in this sense. However, it just has not come back down into this area right here. Okay, so again, if I take these things off, what we can see with Bitcoin is that it did come back down into this area. If I pull this across here, this is what we were looking for. We were looking for between 40 to 41k to come in for Bitcoin, right? And it did. It came down to $40,200 while we were sleeping in the early hours of this morning, right? So that's done that. Great, fantastic. What were we looking for? We were looking for that. But it's very important to take a look at something like the total altcoin market cap, because I always say this is arguably the most important chart to be looking at, okay? And it just has not done it yet. It has not done it yet at all, okay? It's just kind of chilling here. I did say in this morning's video that we're on top of this level, but it just makes much more sense to come back down here, because that is what the rest of the market, well, not the rest of the market, things like Ethereum and Bitcoin have done, okay? But one thing I did mention in my Discord yesterday is that we should not be surprised if we see a crazy wick to go down as low as 37.5k. And the reason why I say that is because 37.5k would represent this area right here, that right there, because that is when we broke out and we found support on this level, you know, really well. And it's an area that I'm kind of expecting us to come back down to if we do have that final capitulative moment. And if we look at it from a percentage standpoint, you're looking at about maybe about 12% to get back into this box right here. So you may be looking at about 12%. And then if I go back over to the total altcoin market cap and I take a look at this and I want it to come back down into this area, well, if we look at this from a percentage standpoint as well, as you can see, that is also looking like a 12% move back down here. And that would just make so much more sense as an ABC structure with your A, B, and C leg completing all the way down here, coming back down into this area. Okay, so, you know, that's just one of the things I'm looking at the moment. Right now, it just does not make sense to me that this dip would have been in. Cool. Some people can argue that, you know, that was it right there. Because if you're looking at it, cool. We did have a moment yesterday, well, last night in the morning, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are in the world, where we did have a crazy wick down here with an immediate jump back up. But what's missing from this? What usually happens after a huge capitulative moment is that we would have a crazy wick down with a whole load of buy volume coming in and immediately taking us back up into these areas here, right? With the chart supporting it. What's happened in this case right here is that, cool, you know, we had that, we bounced back up, but we're back down here again. So if I remove that, you can see we're just there again. Nothing's really happened with that. And if I move over to charts such as XRP, for example, right? What can we see with XRP? It also had that moment. Cool. Absolutely fine. We did recover and jump back up with that wick, as you can see, but we're still in that area. What you would ideally see is not only would you see a capitulative moment with a crazy move back up with us just now beginning to grind up. Cool. On top of that, you would then end up seeing a whole load of buy volume coming in as well. Now, I'm not looking at this over here. Our capitulative moment was this candle right here, which represents this sell volume right here. Our buy volume was nowhere near the amount that you would usually see come in if we had finished this dip. And I could show you an example of it. If we just move over to over here on the 7th of September, we had a capitulative moment. Cool, absolutely fine. This was our capitulative moment. In fact, we dipped from $1.27 all the way down to 94 cents. Okay, but what also happened after that? We had an immediate bounce all the way back up. Yes, we grinded back along this level, but it was a huge bounce back up to $1.17. And on top of that, you can see the buy volume massively exceeded the sell volume coming in right there, right? So you can see right here, that's your buy volume coming in. That's the sell volume. That is the sign that a bottom is in for this particular move. Whereas now we go over to our dip that we just had right now. There's our capitulative moment. There's our sell volume. There's our buy volume. Really, really low. So I'm just not convinced at all. You know, in the live stream that I done yesterday, you know, one of the things that I was saying was, cool, I want Bitcoin to come back down to 40 to 41K. But on top of that, I also want to be seeing very strong recoveries, very strong bounces coming out of the altcoins. You know, that's what would usually happen if we have finished the move. And what I'm basically trying to tell you guys right now is that I personally believe that there is going to be another move coming. But what you guys need to understand is that, you know, these moves aren't no regular moves. These are the moves that make you not want to look at your phone or your portfolio. It will happen very quickly, but they're very scary. So I just kind of wanted to make you guys aware that I am still expecting it. And I am nowhere near convinced that this dip that we've been expecting, this big dip, it's just not in, right? And there's just so many more examples like Luna, for example, right? You guys know how much I love Luna. Luna's very strong and it always has strong recoveries. If you're looking at the buy volume in this case right here, look at that again. On the 7th, this was on the 10th of September. If we go over here on the 7th of September, this was when we, same time as XRP, that example I showed, everything had a massive capitulative moment on the 7th of September. Look at that huge red candle down, very scary, taking us from, if we go from there, you're looking at $30, dropped all the way down to $23. That's $7, but it was followed up by huge buy volume and a massive candle back up. And then from there, what did we do? We just ended up grinding our way all the way back up to what ended up being Luna's all-time high at $45, right? That is a sign that the bottom is in. And now we can start grinding our way up. Same thing. And that's just not happening over here, is it? There's just literally no buy volume coming in. So to me, that would have been our capitulative moment with that red candle. And look at our buying volume there, very, very low. And I thought I'd show you guys one more example with Litecoin, because this is a good example here. Again, capitulation, massive red candle. The buy volume is just pathetic. Literally, we had more buy volume over here just a few hours before, and that meant absolutely nothing. Do you know what I mean? That was that candle right there. This candle was a lot bigger, but with so much less buy volume. So yeah, guys, I'm still expecting it to come back down into these areas here. As I said, from a percentage standpoint as well, it looks like it makes sense, coming down about 12% into this area. And then that's the same for Bitcoin, coming back down into the 37.5K area, which, I mentioned on the Discord yesterday. Market could choose to chop around for a few days before bottoming, or we could see a big candle down in 10 minutes. Expectations remain at 40 to 41K. However, I would not be surprised if we had a crazy wick down as low as 37.5K. So yeah, guys, I just want you guys to be aware of that. That is what I am still looking at. It's very frustrating. It's very scary because it could just happen at any point. Timing is the worst thing to predict in crypto. Like, whenever you're telling family members it's going to happen on this day or this week or this month, they expect it to happen. Big mistake. I should not be saying any of that. But what I'm basically trying to say is that this could potentially happen within the next 24 hours. And I actually do expect it to happen very soon. Very soon. It's looking like it's kind of gearing up to do it, right? If we're looking at the total altcoin market cap again, and we go to the hourly chart, what usually happens whenever we are in like a move down is like steps, right? What you'd have is steps like this. And you're kind of seeing that right now, right? You got steps happening here, down, down. This has obviously come back up. But what usually happens is that we'd have that moment, it could be seen as a bit of a fake out, and it would start grinding up, cool. People think it's over. And then what usually tends to happen is it rolls over like that, and then bush, massive scary moment to come in. And, you can kind of see that something very similar is happening to that right now. We capitulated, we had our little moment there. People think it's over. It jumps back up, looks great, but people aren't looking at the volume, so they get completely misled, rolls back over, bang, into this area right here. And these moves will happen very quickly, but if you're looking at your phone and you're on the exchange while it's happening, it's not very fun. So what I basically want it to happen, right? I want it to be over and done with. If I see the market completely collapsing in the next 24, 48 hours, and it's just going down, 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 I'm not going to sit there and be scared, right? People need to remember, things don't just go down in a straight line. They'll recover. Also, we need to remember, ABC corrections, guys, are bullish, okay? ABC corrections, what always happens after an A, B, C correction, you will always get a huge push back up and then a grind to make a new high, right? That is what will happen in an ABC correction. So we just kind of need to let the market do what it needs to do. Understand that we're still expecting it, and just be ready for when it does happen. There's still like quite a few people that I follow on Twitter that I was looking at, and they also have expectations of that 37.5K. Now, they've been calling it for about a week. I've been calling for 40 to 41K. However, would not have been surprised if we saw 37.5K. However, looking at it now, although we got a bounce between 40 and 41K for Bitcoin, total altcoin market cap is telling me a different story. And I need to listen to it, because that is, like I said, ultimately it is the index of crypto, and that does not show that the corrective structure is completed. It just does not show it yet. So I'm expecting it. I'm ready for it. And I just wanted to get you guys on here so you guys can kind of get yourself in the mindset to expect it as well, because these moves aren't really, they're not exciting, are they? Bitcoin's currently chilling at, where are we? 42.4K. 42.4K to 37K. I mean, $5,000 down within a matter of however long. They don't usually take that long. I mean, you're looking at this candle right here. We went from 52K all the way down to 42K. That's a $10,000. Well, actually, that's 4 hours, isn't it? So, well, within a day, we went down $10,000, right? So don't be surprised if we see $5,000 from Bitcoin within an hour or so. It just will probably happen. So it makes sense for all of that. So this looks like a mess now when I look at it like this. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm expecting, and hopefully you guys can just get yourself in a mindset for it as well. It will go up next week when it's payday. That's what always happens. Probably. That will probably be what happens, man. It's probably worth me mentioning that, obviously, like I said, with an ABC correction, it always follows up with huge bullish momentum. It shows great signs for times ahead, like October, November, December. It really does show that we can be looking forward to those months coming up. September's always historically been a bad month for crypto. Cool, we know that. But once this structure is done, once we have completely had that capitulation and I see that huge buy volume coming in, I will probably get straight on another live stream. Depending on what time it is, I might do a video. I don't know. But I will let you know when I think that this is done. I could have easily said it's done today. Because like I said, I could have sat here today and say, I told you guys, I said it was going to go down to $40,000 to $41,000. And it did, but I'm just being honest. The rest of the market is telling me it's just not done yet. So I have to be honest as well. Max Pain price this Friday is 43K. But that'll be above where we are now. We're talking about Max Pain. I'll be happy with that. Great insights, Hannah. Thank you. Hit the like button, guys. You won't get this content anywhere else. Thank you very much. Yes, hit the like button, people. Being fresh into crypto, I probably would have sold out by now with the 2 big dumps I've witnessed. Your vids and charts analysis have let me stay calm and not sell a thing. Bullish all the way. Appreciate that, man. Glad I could help. That's what I'm here for, man. Because again, if I was new, it would be the same thing, man. Like, experiencing these dumps is the worst feeling in the world. And I've been through it where I have sold and lost a lot of money, but it's just a learning curve, isn't it? And I'm still really bullish on this market, and some great times are going to come 100%. Well, in my opinion, anyway, not financial advice. But yeah, we just got to get through this next moment. You're late. Just rewind, man. Remember when Bitcoin went from 20K to 3K, people got scared, then boom, all-time high. Yeah. Well, that was obviously in a bear market, which is slightly different to now. But of course, I completely get what you're saying. But yeah, man, these things happen. You got to remember that it's happened all the way up. Just zoom out. Seriously, if people just zoom out, they've got to realize that these type of moves happen all the time. I mean, from this high to this low, you've got a 30% correction. From this high to this low, you've got a 26%. You know, let's just do all of them. Whatever. There you go. 18%. Right here, you've got a 27%. This was obviously a big one. We had a 45%. And even taking it from here, when we were still stuck in that range, we still had a 30% move down from 41K to that 29K. Remember that day? That was crazy, right? What are we doing right now? From where we are now to here, it's a 24% move. Do you know what I mean? Like, people need to understand that these things happen all the time. All the time. We're currently in a 24% move. Well, this one was more. This one was more. That one was more. This one was more. This one. Only one of the corrections on our way up, which was back in March, was less than the correction that we are currently in. Of course, I am expecting this to go down a little bit more, around maybe 12%, because that's what we were looking at, right? So if it does go down another 12%, you're looking at 36%, which would take us down there, right? Still nothing that we haven't seen before in this market, okay? So let's just get it over and done with, and we can hopefully see a reversal come out. And with some big buy volume, I'm going to be looking all over the charts, such as XRP. Obviously, I'll be looking at Luna, Litecoin, Cardano, all the OGs as well. That will give you your confirmation of whether or not this bottom is in. So let's just wait and see what happens. Jordi Guna has landed in the right place, 100%, man. Of course, I'm still bullish on XRP, man. I've got no reason not to. No reason not to. I mean, the reason why I've got XRP up here is because you know, I do expect it to still come back down. That still needs to finish its corrective structure as well. The one thing I was looking out for XRP was for it to actually come down below 80 cents, because again, that's what makes sense to me. I mean, again, if we get this from a percentage standpoint and go down for 12%, we'll just keep it there. You're looking at coming back down into these areas right here, and that makes sense to me as well, because again, there was a lot of action going on right here. Maybe we can hold this right there. Anywhere between 70 to 80 cents would make sense to me for XRP. But again, longer term XRP, I've still got targets of around above $10 for it. Obviously not financial advice, just my opinion. But yeah, I'm still bullish on the entire market, man. So it's just a matter of waiting. You still think all altcoins will reach all-time highs? Bull market, October, November, December. Then 3-year bear market. Yeah, personally, I do believe something like that will happen. I think there's coins out there that just won't perform as well as others that have already gone on to huge runs, like your Doge coins, Cardano. I do think these will pump. I just don't think they will pump anywhere near as much as the other coins, you know. I don't even think things like Doge will even make a new all-time high because of I mean, people got to remember Doge was under 1 cent and it went up to over 70 cents. Okay. You can just call it the biggest leader in the market. And it was obviously pushed up a lot by retail attention and Elon Musk and everything else. Like, I just wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't do anything. So yeah, just gotta wait and see, isn't it? Yes, he is buying the dips. I don't like that guy, man. It seems like every time that guy tweets something about Bitcoin, it just all goes down. Been here from the start, just took the plunge in August though. Happy days, man. I don't really have any views on it. I don't know too much about it, if I'm being completely honest with you. Hey Tanner, name spelled ridiculously. Double A, double N. That's the first. Usually double N. By the way, I might as well throw this out there to the people, right? It's just one N. If I take this off, it's actually there in the bottom left corner. Taner. I don't know. It's just a Turkish name. People always get confused and put 2 N's because that's how they would spell it in English. I get it. It's just 1 N though. Just letting you know. Hey Tanner, do you think Akon will be locked up for his shilling of Acoin on BitBoy Crypto's channel the other day? I don't know anything about that. I've got absolutely no. I don't really watch BitBoy, man. Just a lot of hype, you know. Do you think 50,000 XRP could be worth millions in 2025? Well, 2025 would probably be the start of the new bull market. Millions? I don't know about millions. It'll be very difficult. How I would end up calculating that is once XRP tops in this cycle and then bottoms during the bear market, I'd simply place a Fibonacci retracement over it and see what the full extension of that would be. That would ultimately give me my full target. So whatever that may be. Don't know about millions though. Yeah, around that in this cycle, maybe a little bit more. Tanya, yeah, I know, man. Maybe one day. Your keyboard is broken. Sometimes it repeats keys. Fair enough, Sean. Fair enough. I appreciate you being here regardless. I was only joking, man. But yeah, guys, I mean, like I said, it's not going to be the longest stream. I just wanted to get the point across because I know that a lot of people will probably be panicking if we do get a huge dip coming in. I'm expecting it. In fact, I'm not only expecting it, I'm rooting for it to just get it over and done with, right? I'm going to be sitting here watching it just completely capitulate on itself. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. And then once we see that huge buy volume come in, that's when we know that bottom will be in. And then, you know, I'd probably do a video or a live stream just shortly after. But it seems like we're on the brink of doing it. So it could realistically happen at any point. So let's just get it over and done with and then see where we stand tomorrow. Hopefully, you know, hopefully tomorrow at this time, if I'm doing another live stream, we can just, you know, be happy with everything. I could be showing you all the buy volume coming in and whatnot. And you guys could be like, oh, that's what we were waiting for. You know, hopefully that's what's going to happen. But we'll have to wait and see. These things, they can play out in a few days. I do definitely believe it could happen this week. But for all we know, it can happen within the next hour or two. It can happen at any point and it could last a few minutes. reached. You know what I mean? So let's just wait and see. Hold tight. You know, don't look at the market once it starts doing that. Just go chill, watch a film, play some PlayStation, whatever you got to do, man. And don't worry too much about it. Remember, they don't go down in a straight line, and ABC structures are very bullish. And it is very clear to me that the total altcoin market cap is doing an ABC structure. If it has not completed it already, we may just need to go down a little bit more. And this is always a very bullish sign of a reversal. And obviously in Bitcoin's case, hopefully that would mean we can go on to make an all-time high. And then obviously within that grind back up for Bitcoin, we can just see alt season get going. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. But that is going to that's going to cover it for today, guys. Thank you all very much for joining. I appreciate it all. Make sure you are leaving a like before you do leave, as Anne-Marie says there. And guys, yeah, join the Discord, man. We have a lot of fun in there. The link to that is in the description below. Just click it and join it. If you need to download the app, that should send you to a link to download it anyway. So yeah, join that, like, subscribe, all of that stuff, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you for joining, and take it easy.